Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be bringing another part of Five Nights at Freddy's, The Silver Eyes. If you guys, well first, I won't be able to read that log today. My schedule is quite short, but yes. So what happened last time is that not Kira, that's one of the authors of the book. I was just reading that part. So Charlie and her friends was Jessica, Cartland. They're both at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, where it was abandoned 10 years ago due to the horrific murders that happened there. So yeah. She took one final step into the dark became clear. It was them. Charlie smiled. Hi, she whispered, too soft for the others to hear. Before she stood 3 animatronic animals, a bear, a rabbit, and a chicken, all standing as tall as adults, maybe taller. Their bodies segmented like artist models, each limb of distinct, squashed pieces, separate at joints. They belonged to the restaurant, or maybe the restaurant belonged to them. And there had been not when everyone knew them by the name. There was Bonnie the rabbit, his fur bright blue, his scored off muzzle held permanent smile, with his wide chipped pink in a thick-lidded, gaping, perfectly worn-out expression. His ears stuck up straight, clinging over at the top, and his large feet splayed out for a balance. He held a glass guitar, a red bass guitar. Bass guitar, not a bass, that's a fish. Blue paws poised to play. Around the neck was a bow tie and matched the instrument's fury color. Chica the chicken, more bulky, as an apprehensive look. Thick black eyes, arching over the purple eyes, and her beak slightly open, revealing teeth as it held out like a cupcake on a platter. The cupcake itself was somewhat disturbing. Eyes as set to its pink, frosting teeth hanging out over the cake. A single candle sticking out from the top. I've always expected the cupcake to jump off the plate. Cartman gave up a half laugh and cautiously stepped on Charlie's side. They seem taller than I remember, he added in a whisper. That's because you never got too close as a kid. Charlie smiled. At ease, they stepped closer. You're... I don't know what I just did. Chica wore a bib around her neck with the words, let's eat, set a purple and yellow against the confetti-covered background, and the turf feathers stuck up in the middle of her head. Standing between Bonnie and Chica was Freddy Fazbear himself, namesake of the restaurant. He was almost genical for the three. Seemed at ease where he was. A robust, if lean, brown bear. He smiled down at the audience, holding a microphone in one paw, sporting the black bow tie and top of his hat. In his features, one of the colors of his eyes, bright blue, that surely had no bear that had ever been before him. His mouth hung open, and his eyes practically closed, as if they had been frozen in stone. Carlin drew closer at the stage until he kept his knees pressed against the rim of it. Hey, Freddy, he whispered. Long time no see. He reached out and grabbed his microphone, wiggling to see if he'd get it loose. Don't, Charlie blurted, looking up at Freddy's fixed gaze, making sure he hadn't noticed. They're me and the old animatronics, guys. Cawthon pulled his hand back and touched something hot. Sorry. Come on, John said, cracking a smile. Don't you want to see the rest of the place? They spread out across the room, peering the corners, and carefully trying the doors, acting as though everything might be breakable. To the touch, John went over the small carousel, and Carlin disappeared into the dark arcade off the main room. I remember it being a lot brighter and noisier in here. Carlin smiled as though at home again, running his hands over the aging bobs and flat plastic buttons. I wonder if my high score is still here, he muttered to himself. To the eye of the stage, there was a small hallway. Half hopping, no one would see the notice as she gone. Charlie started down slightly as the others occupied themselves with their own cures. At the end of the short pink corridor was her father's office. It had been Charlie's favorite place since the restaurant. In the restaurant, she liked to play with her friends in the main area, but she loved the singular privilege of coming back here. When her father was doing paperwork, she paused outside the door and hand poised over the knob, remembering most of the room was filled with his desk, his filing cabinets, and small boxes of uninteresting parts. In one of the corners, smallest filing cabinet painted over the salmon color that Charlie had always insisted with pink. That had been Charlie's. The button drawer held toys and crayons. In the top of the hat, my paperwork. It was mostly coloring books, which occasionally she would go over her father's desk trying to copy down whatever he was writing in childish crayon hand. Charlie tried the door, but it was locked. Better this way, she thought. The office was personal. She didn't want it opened tonight. She headed back to the main dining room when she found John looking pensively at the merry-go-round. His eyed over with a curiosity. But did I ask where he gone? I love to use this thing, Charlie smiled, approaching warmly. Yet the painted fingers seemed odd and lifeless to her. John made a face, as though he was looking at the thinking, not the same. He was rubbing his hand over the top of a polished pony at the scratch behind the ear. It's just not the same, he repeated, removing his hand after gazing elsewhere. Charlie glanced over to see where the others were in the arcade. She would see Jessica and Carlin wandering among the games. The console stood there, unlit, massive tombstones, their screens blank. I never liked playing the games, Jessica said, smiling. They move too fast, and just I like to figure out what they do. I liked it would have become. Alright, everyone, so I'm actually going to leave off here. I told you guys that my schedule is quite short today. It is, but I would estimate that we get this chapter 2 done in 2 more parts. The next part, I don't know, but the next part after that, part 6, we probably definitely get that done. So everyone, so I'm not sure if in the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza that they're in the banded one with Freddy, like what I just noticed that all the animatronics are still there. They never mentioned Foxy yet, but the other animatronics are still there. But I'm not sure if the place has power or what. But I don't know. But everyone, I hope all you guys have a nice day. I hope you guys enjoy Five Nights at Freddy's Silver Eyes. By the way, everyone, I'll be getting the entire. By the way, eventually, when I complete Five Nights at Freddy's Silver Eyes, I'm actually gonna get the series. this book was kind of an introduction to my series, but I'm actually gonna get a series. So everyone, I hope all you guys have a nice time, and everyone, see you guys later. Everyone, by the way, I gotta say this on my website. If you guys look on my website, look at the very top, like up here on my website. I'm actually starting to have announcements there, just saying some stuff. COVID, it says something about COVID-19 right now. Right after this video gets uploaded, I'm gonna change it, saying it's not gonna be about. It's gonna be about my entire channel. It's not gonna be just about just some random videos. Just one specific video, but just saying that. So, everyone, I hope you guys have a nice day. Everyone, see you guys later. Goodbye.